This is an ongoing program called A to Z of Karaoke Singing. I welcome each one of the participants. And the personal messages now, apart from the messages in the group, is that I'm getting a lot of encouraging messages. And some of them want to include their own friends now and expand the group. So I think it's a great news for everybody. More and more people are welcome. There is no problem about that. As long as everybody wants to learn something about the basics of karaoke singing, I would only welcome any new additional member. And I'm therefore taking this opportunity to welcome all our new members. Some of them may not be in the WhatsApp group, which we have formed some time ago. So I would also request them to put down their numbers in the chat box, and I would request Madhura ji to note it down. I understand, I hope Madhura ji is attending today, though she messaged in the group saying she may like to sing on the 10th, though her chance is in this list. She wants to sing in the next list because she has some personal reservations maybe. So, so I would like to welcome everybody. I would also like to ensure that 3 of the key members are present today. One is Mr. S.K. Raja. I hope he is present here today. We will like to just sound some ideas with him because he is also our, expert member on the panel for audio equipment and all of that. The second is Mr. Jairam Krishnan, who himself has his own YouTube channel. He has published a lot of individual performances on his guitar, and he's an excellent musician. He himself is also trained in Hindustani music and all of that. But more than that, I think he knows some of the, let's say, simple techniques of how to record, and secondly, how to stream it on Zoom or YouTube or Facebook or whatever is the destination for the streaming. And the third is our karaoke master who makes his own karaoke tracks. A lot of fan following for him. So I'll just kind of read out one message which came for him, and one second. And so 1 second. And I hope Ramakant Tandonji is also back because he was asking for a copy of all the recordings and all that.
Yes, sir. Thanks for that.
Thank you for that, sir. 1 second. And a few members had briefly introduced themselves, and so I also got into the bandwagon and started introducing myself, but somebody else took an offense for that, saying that I am not here to share personal matters. आपका जो personal matters है वो share नहीं किया जाएगा यहाँ पे. Administration, please take charge and all that. So I am the administrator. As long as it is a personal introduction of yourself, I don't think it is so very personal. If it was so personal, you would not have shared it on WhatsApp group. So this is about my father, or it is about somebody else being from the army. This is about somebody else being from the Air Force. So there is nothing so very personal about it. So there is also no need to get so much concerned. I think it's okay. As long as we are knowing a little more about you, it's fine. And इसमें कोई गलती नहीं है या फिर ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ है, ठीक है ना? So and things like that.
नहीं, आप बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं.
हाँ, and एक और बात है कि काफी लोगों का introduction हमारे पास नहीं है, so we would like everybody to introduce themselves. Of course, it need not run into 2-3 pages. It can be very brief. It can be 1 paragraph, 2 sentences, whatever it is. But we would love to have your introduction. We would like to know all of you and build on each other's strengths. For example, the third person today is Mr. Oberoi, who has volunteered to come forward and help us with some techniques of recording, as well as an understanding of the audio equipment that he uses, etc. And so we really welcome all those volunteering efforts of our members. So straight away, I would like to start with Jairam Krishnan. JK has already raised his hand. We would like to call him JK affectionately. Now, he's a very well-accomplished person, as I was already introduced him last time. So as far as this program is concerned, I would like him to get started. Jairam, you can take about 5 to 10 minutes or whatever is required to explain to us the basics of recording first, and then we will come to the streaming a little later on. Let's understand the recording techniques first. Over to you.
Sir, I had asked one question in the WhatsApp group, Nagaraj.
Okay.
And you said, you will be discussing that in your...
Yeah, correct, sir. Correct, sir. We will do all that, sir. We will do all that, sir.
Thank you.
We will do all that. See, questions can be asked. Like Kamal Hassan said in some movie, it's very easy to ask a question, but it is so much more difficult to answer those questions, okay? So if those questions are of a common nature where everybody will benefit by answering those questions, we are only too happy to get it answered. And I can bet you that in this session, based on the inputs given by these 3 experts whom we are lucky to have these experts, all your questions will get answered. Yes, Jairam Krishnan.
Thank you, GD. Thank you for introducing me and inviting me to say a few words on recording. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. So
I'm just trying to see where you are.
I'll keep it as short as possible. Actually, I was interested in saying a few words from my experience. I'm not an expert who has learned this somewhere. I fiddle around with some software and other things so that I got what I wanted. What did I want is something possibly others in this group also want. That is, you have a karaoke track.
Yes.
And now this karaoke track, you have to add your voice and stream it into your Zoom or computer or other output device or storage device.
Right.
Now the issue is that sometimes the scale may be a bit higher, the karaoke sound, and so people said maybe use Audacity to reduce it by a notch.
You mean you are referring to when you're saying sound, JK? When you're saying sound, you are referring to pitch.
Yes.
Right.
So you say the pitch has to be a notch lower. Say from C sharp to C or B to something like that, whatever, B minus.
Correct.
So the issue is that when you try it on Audacity, then you are using a different type of file. That is, it is an MP3 file.
Correct.
What is an MP3 file? It is an audio file. Now, if you are using an audio file and changing the pitch, then many people say, I want to see the lyrics. And lyrics can come only in video. Right. And that is an MP4 or other type of file, which is a video file. So that is something which we have to tackle. And so I thought, let me first, talk about this MP3 and MP4, and then say how we can change the pitch such that you have a karaoke track with lyrics, that is a video track with a change in pitch. So how do we do this? First of all, we need to have a source of the MP4 file, that is the karaoke file.
Right.
The karaoke file, you may have the source from your karaoke mic speaker system, which you should be able to download somewhere. If you cannot download it on your computer, then you can't really fiddle around and change the pitch. For example, Audacity is on your computer. Right. So you can edit it, the pitch and other thing by downloading the file onto Audacity. Right. If the music system you have does not permit you to download, then you need to have an alternate means of getting a soundtrack and downloading it onto your computer.
Right.
So could we say, for example, a Sarigama membership which you have, or there are so many memberships where they give you karaoke either free or for a subscription.
Yes.
You can even download it from YouTube. How do you download it from YouTube? Well, if you go to Google and say YouTube downloader, you will get a set of software which is free, which you can install on your computer, and that is very easy to download your file. Incidentally, the YouTube downloader can download it and save it in the computer in the format that you want. So, for example, you want it in .av file or MP4 file or some other file, you can choose a format and download it. It's as simple as that. So go to YouTube, get your karaoke track, open the downloader on your computer, and cut and paste the what you call the site address.
Correct.
From the top bar, cut and paste, not a cut and paste, copy and paste on the downloader, choose a destination on your computer, and that's the end of it. Click, go ahead. It takes a few seconds only. So you have your computer file, MP4, video file from
Right.
whichever source, YouTube, Sarigama, etc. Now that we have the MP4 file,
Right.
how do we change the video audio format? Audio format which is in the video. Very simple. Obviously, you cannot do it unless you have an application. You need to have another software to do that.
Correct.
Now, there are a number of video editing softwares on the web. Some are free, some are paid. What I use is something called Filmora Wondershare. Filmora Wondershare is one where you have a free 30-day trial, and then you can pay for it if you want to continue. Now, what I would suggest is, you get your download of the Filmora. I'll give the link on WhatsApp. After you download it, you make a list of all the songs, karaoke songs, maybe 100 or 200 of them. Just download them onto this Filmora. Use this, the method which I'm telling you, which is exactly takes about maybe about 3 minutes to change either the pitch or the volume or the speed or add anything you want. You want to add your face to it, you want to add some other videos to it, you can add it. So it's something where you can even change the video or use the original video itself and keep it as it is.
Okay.
Now, after you change your pitch, say you make it -1 or -2, I'll show you how now. For that, I would request a share screen because I can show it directly on the this thing. It is very simple.
Abhishek ji, जरा उनको host कर देना, co-host कर देना, so that he can also share his screen, please.
Sure, sure.
So while he is doing that, what I'm saying is you need the software, video editing software. I'm using Filmora Wondershare, which is a semi-professional level software. I would say it's very good because you can make a movie out of it also. As you keep using it, you learn more and more of its features and keep enhancing it. So that's the advantage of Filmora. You take your 30-day free trial, and you, from your source of MP4, which could be Sarigama or your whichever track you can get from the web or whatever, make a list. You may have 200, 300. In 30 days, I can tell you, you can make 1,000 videos, download it on your Wondershare and change the picture, do whatever you want. It's enough. If you want to continue after that because you're excited with the software, please pay for it and continue. It's as simple as that. So I'm not here to promote Wondershare, but I'm here to just say that it's a very useful software. I need to, it is still disabled, Abhishek.
And so
Abhishek?
I'm trying.
He's fine. He's fine.
Give me 2
Just
minutes.
allow share, that's all.
Yeah. So while I would request, members, while they are listening to Jairam Krishnan, I think we should also try and make a note in case you want to, right? So that it will really help you.
I will also write these steps down on the group and share it. It's not an issue.
Yeah,
Uh,
you can share
very
it now,
simple.
sir.
Yeah, he has shared you can share now.
So here, can you all see this Wondershare, Filmora, this thing?
Yeah.
The screen?
Yes,
Move the
yes, yes,
cursor,
we can
Jairam,
see.
you can move the cursor so that people can see. Yeah.
So this one? Is it this one you're talking about?
No, I'm saying whatever you want to show, you can take the help of your cursor, I'm saying.
Yeah. So first of all, I've got a karaoke track. This is a karaoke track which I downloaded from YouTube.
Okay.
And the karaoke is Raat Ke Hum Safar.
Right.
It's a very sweet song.
Evening in
Shabila and yes,
Shami Kapoor.
a very nice one. Okay. So here I just have imported it using import media file. So you go to your file destination and pick it up from your computer. That's it. So it will come and then you drag and drop it onto this part.
Right.
So you have the entire karaoke track now, which is over here. You have a red portion where it shows your audio and the top shows your video. So let us just play this, okay? I'll just play it for a few seconds and then show you some changes which you can make. Can you hear this?
Yes, we can hear.
So here is a video which you can also enlarge if you want.
Yeah. Not fully, but it's okay. Can't
Okay,
hear.
now see, yeah. So here, the music is about to start.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is at a particular pitch. Now, what I want to do is I want to lower that pitch. It is too high for me.
Correct.
I will exaggerate it and show you so that you can see. I go to edit. Okay, I just type right click and it goes to drop down menu. I say edit.
Right.
Now it shows I can edit a video or an audio.
Correct.
So I can edit this video also if I want. I can add things, change things, clip things, do a lot of things.
Wow.
Make it a green screen, whatnot. So here is the audio. I've tapped on it. I can change the volume. This is the volume. I can fade in and fade out also. Can start, in a gradual way instead of an abrupt way and change it. And you can also set the timer so that how much of fade in, fade out you want. Here's the pitch, which you are about to change. So here I go and say minus, say 4, okay?
Oh
just to
God.
Exaggerate, I'll show you.
Yeah.
Okay, just to exaggerate.
Right.
We'll bring it back, right? So here it goes, okay, that's it. Now the pitch has changed. La la la, la la la, la la la. It's very low, right?
Yeah.
So now I already changed the pitch to a very low level. And what I do now is I go to export and I choose the name of the file, which is on top.
Correct.
Setting, and then I choose a folder where I want to, save it. And then it shows the resolution and the size of this file, etc. Duration 5.5 seconds.
Right.
I change the settings if I want. I can choose the quality of the video I want, the best, better or good, depending on the size of the file, because if the size of the file is too large, we may find it difficult to share it on the web. If you go for a YouTube conversion, it may not be that much of a problem, but whatever it is, you choose the size of the file accordingly. And then it is that I go for the settings and then I just, go to the thing, say convert, and it goes and convert. Now it is finished, done. It says starting to convert. It may take a few seconds to convert, and you're done.
Hmm.
So you can see that it's converting to the new settings. That is, I put it at -4, the pitch. So the video which you get now will be that at -4.
Correct.
This will take about 3-4 minutes, so I don't want to waste the time. It will go to your site. That's it. There's nothing more to
Destination.
it.
You go to the destination
That's
folder.
it.
So,
It will go to
in
your
other
destination.
words, in other words, for the benefit of all members gathered here, I can possibly say that while Audacity might help you to play around with the pitch and the scale and the tempo and all of that of an MP3 or an audio track, the Wondershare will actually help you to retain the audio, because then you need the lyrics to go on along with the track. And so the video track, which is an MP4 karaoke track, can also be saved with a different setting, which could involve a lower scale or a faster tempo or whatever it is as per your requirement.
Yes.
So this will possibly answer a lot of queries, saying that in Audacity, the question was that in Audacity, you have to convert it into an MP3 file and then lower the scale or increase the scale or whatever. And after that, the converted file will not, naturally an MP3 file will not, it's only an audio file, so there won't be any video or the lyrics moving forward, etc. So don't you think it's a very disadvantageous situation? So is there a way in which the video file itself can be changed in terms of scale or tempo or whatever? So this possibly answers most of the queries that have been raised, but worded differently in English, because basically everybody wants only to see how this can be done. So this is what it is, Filmora Wondershare. Yeah.
Yeah, there are other video editing softwares. I just use this. That's why I explained on this.
Correct.
You can
so
choose
whatever.
whatever you
So
want.
the advantage is that why does Jairam Krishnan say that I'm sharing my experience is because he has already had an experience with Filmora Wondershare. So he feels it's pretty good and easy to use, user friendly and so on. And that is the reason why he is recommending that. Right?
Yes. Yes.
So,
And
so
one more thing is, you see, yes, if there is any questions on this, I'll
once you're ready,
once
you're ready. No, once you're ready, once you're done with, then we'll have the questions.
Okay.
Whatever you wanted to
now,
say.
Now, GD, you rightly said that when you reduce the pitch,
yes,
the sound, your voice may sound a bit flat, meaning it doesn't have the same accent or the same bhava or whatever you call it as a original song, because that is played at a particular pitch to get a particular effect. When you lower the pitch, you may not get the same desired effect.
Correct.
Now, unfortunately, when we are dealing with all this, we are dealing with a system, meaning you have your karaoke player, you have your interface, which is a mixer, you have a computer, you have some Audacity software, whatever. So what we are actually doing is we are not using the original voice, we are not using the original sound effect. What I'm trying to say is, if you have changed the pitch to suit your voice, there is no harm in changing it back after you have recorded it. For example, here what I'm doing is I've imported that file back, which has got a very low pitch, right? This is a horrible pitch. Now what I do is I go and I change the pitch back to -1, 0. Done, finished. Okay. And now you see it's back to the original karaoke. And if you have sung it and recorded it in Audacity or whatever and put it back here, that's the end of it. You don't need anything else. Giri may say this is cheating, but this is software.
Okay, 1 second. Yeah, because the audio was on, we couldn't hear what you were saying. Just say what were you saying?
I was saying that, we brought down the pitch.
Right.
Now what I have done is, after recording my voice, I want to change it back to the original pitch.
Correct.
So I went now, imported that same file back. Of course, I've not recorded my voice in this, but you have recorded your voice, and you go and change the pitch back to 0. That's it. So you got back your original karaoke pitch, and your voice also has changed to that pitch.
Oh, our voice also will change to the karaoke pitch.
Yeah, because now it's a file, no? So you're changing the audio in it. We changed it back like that. So, for example, this was now 0. Okay. Now I wanted to make it a very low pitch.
No, I understood. No, we have understood the technique of lowering the pitch or whatever and saving it and recording it and re-editing the file to go back to its original pitch. That's fine. But see, if it is your guitar, well, it could possibly sound the same. Okay, meaning sound even better perhaps. But when it is a human voice, it was recorded at -2, let's say, okay, and now you have saved it and made it into back to normal, which is normal pitch, which is you have increased it by 2, and then again you are saving it. So, do you think? I mean, have you experimented with human voice so that then we can know whether because the singer himself may not be himself or herself may not be able to believe that this is his or her voice.
I have experimented with a wide range of things. Apart from the voice, I actually had a what do you call not sitar, it is this veena,
Yeah.
So Veena was playing with me on the guitar. Now guitars has a very high pitch. Veena's, about 3 pitches lower or 4 pitches. So I recorded that separately, then brought it back to made a compromise, lowered the guitar a bit, increased this a bit, mashed it.
Mm-hmm. No. So
will the quality change? Let me say that, if you discern it, it sounds a bit different because you're used to hearing the veena at a lower pitch. So that you can say the bass sound kind of thing may have changed a bit because the pitch has changed. The frequencies have changed. So the bass pitch, which was there in the veena, is now a bit higher.
Okay. No.
The higher pitch is even more higher.
Okay. So JK, for the benefit of everybody, I am still harping on the same point that in a veena or in a guitar, it may not really sound a little odd. But if I were to only listen to my own song, let's say Baiju Bawra or something which I sing at a lower level, and then it is raised up to Oh Duniya Ke Rakhwale kind of pitches, then are we sure that the voice...
Didi, can I give an input? Vijay Raghavan here.
Yes, please.
Can I please? Okay. I think it's a wonderful software from whatever little I can see. What is it describing? I was doing a jugaad with Microsoft Photos and Audacity combined. Anyway, that's we can talk about it different time. To the specific question, within narrow ranges, this reversal works. I have experimented with this like what he has experimented. If you change the pitch 2 or 3 times, whatever, 3 levels different, then the voice starts sounding very shrill. Good old days, there used to be a group called Chipmunks, like children. I mean, it starts sounding like that, like you record in the low one and then you raise it substantially.
Yeah, that's
2 or 3, 4, whatever, call it octave or whatever. Then it sounds shrill. Small differences are, I think, still okay.
Yeah.
Good. And one small question, I'm using this opportunity, sorry. The Audacity guides you to which you should change. Here, it seems to be only numbers because you cannot change to any kind of a number, and then there are certain preferred levels of changes, isn't it? Is there any advice on that?
Yeah. found it very interesting. You see, when we play music, we go by the norms. Like, for example, you have C sharp, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. That's the, Now, when you say this thing, say, supposing over here the pitch, I'm putting the arrow there, is that says C sharp. If you put -1, it will be C.
Right.
Correct.
Yes, so
Okay,
what
okay.
happens is, this is tuned to standard pitches. It is not
Okay,
in
okay.
between frequencies.
If you go full numbers
Whereas
down, it is done. It's not a linear scale in the slider. Okay, fine.
it is not a linear scale.
Beautiful. Okay.
Yes. So here, for example, it is 0. It is not 0.00. So, and the advantage here is that, typically you tune your, the karaoke or whatever is tuned to a particular pitch, which is according to that scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. So when you do this, you'll find that it's very nice. It is easy to match it. In Audacity, you have that slider. Now, when you go by the slider, that is very, very risky. Because you're not matching it exactly with, say, a C. Yes, GD.
No, I would differ with that because I am also, like many others, I'm also quite familiar with Audacity. Now there, it gives you an option even of reducing it by 0.50. In fact, actually, it gives you an option where it's a slider. You can choose anything. You can even reduce it by 0.35 for that matter. But whenever you use it, whenever you reduce it by a single digit like 1 or 2 or even sometimes 1.5, etc., it does indicate in the bracket what it is, whether it's a C or it is an F sharp.
Correct.
It does give you that indication for those people who know these things better. So it kind of guides them also
I've
better.
seen that. You're right. I've seen that, but it's very tricky because you can have F plus. Now, that is, it will take you into something else, so it shows B to something, this to that. So it becomes a little more complicated, whereas here it is straightforward. There's one more feature here, which I would just show, which is also very useful. For example, you have some tracks which are too loud. So in Zoom, say you're having a program, which one track you've taken from Saregama, another track from, say, YouTube, and YouTube is very loud now. What do? So you have to also bring down the volume of that track so that it conforms more or less to what you got from the other source.
Correct.
Or even in YouTube, one MP4 karaoke track volume may be different from another karaoke track. It's a nuisance. So you can't keep fiddling around with the Zoom volume to get the same volume output because you're live, you can't do that. So you pre-edit it using this software. For example, over here, we have in this thing, the volume. Can you see it on top?
First one.
So now I reduce the volume considerably, okay? I make it 45 and I play this, see how low it is.
It's at 39, yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
Compared to what it was earlier.
Okay, just one clarification because I have also got to monitor the chats. Now, somebody in the group also says that it's a bit too technical. Well, as I have always been saying, this group is a highly diverse group. There are people who have already very familiar with the karaoke system. There are people who are just starting today. There are people like Jairam Krishnan who have been pretty, conversant, and they have been quite familiar with the whole thing. They have continued to record and stream, etc. So for some, it may be too technical, but for those who want to really know how to adjust the volume or the pitch or the tempo of the track, I'm sure this will be useful for everybody. So there was some comment saying it's a bit too technical. So it's okay. Please bear with us because every subject has got its own technicalities, right? And for some it's needed, for some they think, well, it doesn't matter to me, etc. So each unto his own choice. The other thing by Lieutenant Colonel Ramaya is that Audacity or any such system, what we call as a unit, I think they call it as a semitone. So it's either one semitone or a half a semitone or two semitones, etc. So that will also answer Vijayaraghavan's query, or rather, he was expressing this thing. So that's
to
the
add something here, GD. The thing is, whenever we have a voice or karaoke track or whatever we are recording, we always have to remember that the original and what we have recorded, the sound will be different. Meaning that you see, every time we do a recording or edit it or export it or change the format, there's a loss in terms of the quality. Because, say, for example, you take a microphone, it has got a particular range of sound, say from so much frequency to this frequency. And not all microphones are the same. A very high quality microphone will have a better quality range compared to a low cost one or a poor quality one. So what you get is not what you have heard live.
Right.
So just wanted to caution that. So every time you change something and save it, you have lost a bit of your quality or fidelity, as they say.
Fidelity, yes, right. I agree.
So,
JK, I fully agree with you. Yeah.
So what I have answered today is you have, as I said, the objective was how do we change a pitch in a karaoke and use it. Therefore, you have the file which you have converted and saved back in the area which you wanted, or in the computer or wherever, not disk or in your drive or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you are using that to record your voice using that karaoke, using your mixer and sound system like you have described in the past.
Very true. Very good. Yeah, I think it really squarely meets this question that many of you had, that how do we really change the pitch or generally suit it to your requirements as a video file. It's always easy to convert MP3 files, which are audio files, into any which way you want. But video files where you want the lyrics also to progress as you sing, then I think this is a good, very usable, easy to use, user-friendly kind of a software available. So thank you, JK. Thank you most sincerely.
There's one last thing, that is, you can export this. As I said, you saw how we exported it. You can choose a format. You see, you can even make this an MP3. Remove the video if you want.
So,
then what happens is, what happens is then that you recorded using Audacity.
Correct.
Do all the stuff you want in Audacity to make it sound better or whatever. After you've recorded it in Audacity, then you put it back in this, because here you just detach this. This video audio in this, you can detach it. Just give a click and it detaches.
Oh wow!
Put back the original MP3 which you have recorded now from Audacity back into this. So now you have the karaoke, you have your MP3 Audacity also.
Oh wow! Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I think it's very useful.
Very interesting. I would suggest that people just fiddle around with this, get a free trial and just try it. You will find that it takes a few seconds only for doing all this, and you will not worry about the technicality of it after that.
Very true. Thank you, JK.
I think Vijay wanted something.
Yeah, Vijayaraghavan. Did Vijayaraghavan say something? No, he had raised his hand earlier.
Yeah, we can't hear him.
Mr. Nan, you need to unmute yourself, sir, first. You are on mute.
Still on mute. Okay. See, I was when you remove one original audio and replace it with another audio, how do we ensure? Is there any simple way to sync with the video? Because what happens is that whatever little trial and error method I used before is that you start whichever the starting in the original video, you also start the same audio and then sync it. Otherwise, introduce silence in the audio audacity a little bit here and there, shift it a little and then sync it. That's the only way, right?
You're absolutely correct. But here I've used a little trick. That is, I've taken the audio from this same video. That is, I've converted this into MP3 file.
Yes.
So the length and duration, everything is the same. Start point is the same.
Okay.
So there is no confusion there.
Okay.
You just go back to the same start point and attach it. Finished.
See, if it's only singing, it doesn't matter when there are lyrics going around. The syncing becomes even more important. No other reason.
You're right.
But JK, now I am wanting to ask you. See, we spoke about being able to reduce or increase the pitch or the volume or whatever of a video track, and for this software is good, right?
Yep.
And now again talking about syncing it or separately recording it and again merging it with this one may not really be. Now this is a little too technical according to me, meaning that this was not the purpose of the question which was to be answered.
Agree.
And sorry. Yes, somebody was saying something.
No, I was saying sorry. Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah.
No, Vijay, no. Meaning that that will be a little too technical. So anyway, as far as the participants are concerned, we can possibly just not be too much bothered about what is being said in the last 2-3 minutes or so. That can be we can always check up with go back to JK and ask for some personal advice on this. So if we are done
just
with,
in case anyone has a question, I'll quickly answer it, or we can move on. Kamlesh?
what is the question? Where is Kamlesh's question? No, there is no question. Is there a question there?
Put his hand up, and I think Nandini. Yeah.
Zambekar.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So 1 minute. JK, so would you like to take it off the screen so that we can see who is speaking and things like that?
Let me do it.
Yeah. Because we are not able to see the hands going up, so that's why. Yes. So first is whose hand went up first?
Nandini Zambekar.
Nandini Zambekar.
Nandini Zambekar, please.
Yeah. What I wanted to ask was, why do you have to lower the pitch again? Raise the pitch again. You can lower the pitch by about half or one, record it and use it as it is. What's wrong?
Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. It's just your comfort. But the question is,
and Lata Mangeshkar's songs, we always have to reduce at least by half or 1 point.
नहीं सुनिए नंदिनी जी, ऐसा है, he spoke about raising it again only so that you can prove to your friends and others people कि हमको भी मोहम्मद रफी जैसा गाना आता है.
No, that's very wrong. No, I don't like that. So
no,
what?
If you don't,
half a number pitch lowering, nothing wrong.
Madam, if you don't like it, leave it. Nobody.
He was so he wanted to raise it back to the same pitch.
It can be raised back, is what he's saying. He is not asking Nandini or GD Sharma to raise it. He is saying,
okay. And secondly,
that 1 minute, madam, 1 minute. आपने अभी प्रश्न पूछा है तो उत्तर तो लेना ही पड़ेगा.
Okay.
प्रश्न पूछना आसान है लेकिन जवाब देना बहुत बहुत मुश्किल है, मैडम. So he was only telling you about the capacity and the features of the software.
Okay.
Now, if you don't like any particular feature of the software, you are at all liberty. This is United States of India. You have all the liberty to exercise your liberty.
Okay.
Abhi,
You don't
now
need
whether
to
you
give
want
it
to
One
out,
do
more,
it,
one more,
ma'am.
one more, one more.
Haji,
We can also use Star Maker for it. It's so simple.
very
Star
good. Please
Maker,
explain.
we can
Please
change
explain.
the pitch as we want.
Correct.
And most of songs are available on that.
Correct. Correct. Now, Madam Nandini ji, Star Maker, everybody may not be a member, right? And if you want to do some more recordings, if you want to do some private recordings, etc., then people who may not be comfortable with Star Maker, for example, yours faithfully, we would like to do our own recordings. We would like to use our own tracks. We would like to do our own recordings and post it wherever you want, etc. Right? Star Maker, we have already said earlier, maybe Nandini Jambhekar could not attend the meetings earlier or whatever. We have already earlier said that that there are two portals, Mule and Star Maker. In Star Maker, one can reduce the pitch and sing. Okay. So thank you for that information, but we have already covered that in our earlier program. Okay. And this is a software. It is your choice whether you want to sound like Mohammad Rafi, tampering with the technology or not is your choice, right? It's all your choice. Okay. Now let's ask Mr. Nagaraj. Sorry.
It is just a video editing software.
Exactly.
A video editing software. So a Star Maker may also have this video editing software. You can use this, or you can go to the web, download any video editing software.
Okay, the second hand to go up was Nagaraj, right? Yes,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Nagaraj.
Yes, sir. Sir, as you told some time back that we are going step by step.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
I mean it is very appropriate. And then some of us, we are in the high school, so
Correct, exactly.
directly jumping into the graduation or post graduation or PhD. I mean we should go step by step. So
Absolutely.
I request. So let us go. I mean let us first pass out to the high school, then go to the college,
Agreed.
then go to the.
Your analogy
So,
is well taken.
yeah,
So what
thank
is
you.
it that you feel is, what is your question?
No, my question is, so let us go step by step. Whatever you had as an agenda, so you can go as per that one.
This
So
is
that
as per our agenda only, Mr. Nagaraj.
okay. Then
This
it's
is
all
as
right.
per our agenda only.
Okay. No,
This is the 6th session we are doing.
okay.
And I have been constantly giving you information in the WhatsApp group saying that now the next session we are going to deal with little more details of recording, because lot of queries have been raised about how to record, whether we should use what all equipment, how to make it, what do you call it, stream it to Zoom. Will you be talking about it, etc. So that's why I thought I'll use tap on the experience of Mr. Jairam Krishnan,
Yes,
S.K.
sir.
Raja, and of course Mr. Oberoi. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Thank you. I understood very well this whatever two gentlemen whatever they told, and my question is when he played that song, karaoke, that music part, it was waxing and waning in my ears. What is the reason for that, sir?
that I also told Mr. JK, it was true for all of us also. That's okay, sir. That's okay.
That's okay, na?
JK, I was telling you that when you played Raat Ke Hum Safar, the music and so on. So that would be just a question. That's okay.
Sir, I want to know whether that is not a problem, isn't it?
That's not a problem, sir. That's not a problem. So now I will go to the next topic.
Yes, sir.
Which is a connected topic only.
Okay. Thank you. Sir, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Which is a connected topic, how to stream it on Zoom. Shall we? Next lesson.
Yes, please. GD sir, please.
So JK is also there. Everybody will stand by, right? And okay. So now, let me, like JK rightly said, let me tell you what I do. Okay. And we are all not experts. So I shall tell you what I do. Okay. Somebody is speaking in between. That's where the problem comes. Now, I'll just play. I will just play any one particular track, right? And 1 second. Now I am just playing the track, right? Let me put on my earphone. So I'm just trying to take you through all the things that I am having, okay? So I'm having my earphone, right? You are seeing the laptop on which you are seeing me. So I am using one laptop on which you are seeing me, which is connected to Zoom, on which I have my Zoom connection, right? So this is the first piece. What is the laptop or device on which you would like to be seen on the Zoom? That is the first item. In my case, it is laptop here, which I am now shaking, right? Okay. One second. Okay, this is not playing actually. 1 second. Just trying to play a track actually for you. Sometimes, you know, these computers. Are you able to hear the music? Chandan Sa Badan.
Yes.
चंदन सा बदन चंचल चितवन, धीरे से तेरा ये मुस्काना। चंदन सा बदन चंचल चितवन, धीरे से तेरा ये मुस्काना। मुझे दोष न देना जग वालों, मुझे दोष न देना जग वालों। हो जाओ अगर मैं दीवाना, चंदन सा बदन चंचल चितवन। Okay, so this was a, so what have I done? What have I got? I have got a laptop on which you are seeing me, which is primarily a projecting device for Zoom, right? I have also on my left side a laptop or a device on which I am playing the track. Now if it is a music track, video track, it is better to use another laptop. I know it could be a little impractical for many people, because I should be able to see the lyrics correctly. So, and also while sitting, I should not make myself look a little odd by turning around or looking at some small device, etc. So I have a laptop on which I am playing my video track. So in other words, I have two laptops. Now, I have this mic. This is a condenser mic. Boya is the make. It's a condenser mic, right? So the laptop which is playing the track and my mic are connected to my mixer, which is on my right. I have got a Yamaha mixer, which I think I showed the image also in the last one session, right? So both this track and my voice are going into the mixer. Now what did I say earlier? That the mixer can then be connected to the speakers, two speakers, right? If it is a regular program, there are some 15-20 people sitting in your house, or if it is a small hall, etc., speakers are all required and things like that. So in between, what I did long back, what I used to do was, I used to purposely keep the laptop near the speaker so that you people can hear me, and then I used to stream it. But the quality obviously was not at all good. Okay. So then what I did was to introduce one more middleman, as they call it in the whole picture. I introduced what is called as an audio interface, or it is also called as a sound card. Sound card, right? In my case, I am using, I think my mic is a little loud. Yeah. So I can make out that actually. Yeah. So in my case, I think I was a little loud, right? Because it was showing a red kind of thing. Okay, sorry about that. So what am I using? A sound card. Now, the only problem, of course, for that JK and SK Raja can tell us also whether there are any other options. But I am using a Scarlett i2. Scarlett is the name of the brand. Scarlett i2 is a sound card which I am using after my mixer. So everything goes into the sound card, and there I think some amount of good mixing as well as equalization takes place, and then the sound card is connected to the laptop in which you are seeing me. So what happens is that all the sound goes into this laptop, and even my family people who may be in the very close by in the same room cannot hear the music. They can only hear me singing, which is raw. I am singing into the mic now, right? So what does the sound card do? Sound card, I think, kind of really enables you to kind of homogenize all this and send it to the source which is needed, which is Zoom, right? So it goes in directly into the Zoom laptop which is being used, or it could be a Zoom, you could be streaming your Zoom on your iPad, or it could be a tablet, or it could be a mobile phone, right? But the only problem with this particular Scarlett, which is a sound card, which is a device, is that it has got a USB connector to the laptop. So maybe with a USB connector, now you cannot connect to a maybe an iPad, because it will have some other settings, because iPad doesn't talk to anybody, being an Apple product. Okay. Or you could have a mobile phone where the USB connector will have to now be have to use an adapter and then go into the mobile phone, etc. So I think when you are on to Zoom, when you want to do a program, etc. Why is it become suddenly dark? Okay. When you have to go into a Zoom program, if you are a presenter or if you are a singer, etc., then I advise you, or it is rather suggested, that you should use a laptop, a regular laptop, because the screen is big. You can also see everything in perspective, and it also looks nice. You can possibly look at the background settings in terms of light and other things, so that you can actually set it up correctly for you. I don't know why suddenly the light has gone. Okay, so that is that. Now, would JK help me by trying to explain about the function of a sound card? Yeah, JK. JK, you're muted. JK, you're muted.
Well, the sound card again is a kind of a the
Mixer.
Scarlett which you mentioned is also a type of a mixer.
Correct.
It's a digital mixer.
Right.
The Yamaha mixer which you are using is an analog output.
Analog mixer. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I think that is the main function. Correct.
Yes.
Very right.
I have used the mixer which I have, which is another make, somewhat similar to Yamaha, directly into the computer. It depends only on the interface which you have.
Correct.
So if the interface is compatible, then you can use the Yamaha directly with the computer. You don't need the Scarlett. But the issue you may have is the input to the computer can be a USB or an HDMI. You do not have the option of different types of connectors, perhaps. And that is the reason you're using the Scarlett. Am I right?
So, yeah. That's right. Because most of these laptops don't have the HDMI provision or may not have a HDMI port or things like that. But I think what the members should really now understand is that, I mean, it do not get into the botheration of understanding the technicalities, but as simple as that Yamaha mixer is an analog. It sends out analog signals, and that will not be received by your laptop. So it is better to convert it into a digital signal, for which you need to use the interface. It's called an interface, or you can call it audio interface, you can call it sound card or whatever, and that is why the clarity also is there. See, when I am speaking to you, I am sure many of you have asked me during the first, second or the third session that how is it that your mic and everything is so clear and things like that. So that's what happens when we do it in the manner in which it is meant to be, so that the sound output is really of high quality. I think that's what is the, after all, end result is more important, isn't it? We all want a pakka end result. I think that's the reason. Yeah. So those who have raised hands can also lower their hands, because it looks like as if you are asking questions again. Yeah. Okay. So thanks JK for that input. Now, therefore, I will, in the WhatsApp group, I will send you some images of this Scarlett audio interface. But the only discouraging thing is that it is pretty expensive. I understand it's in the range of about 18 to 25,000 rupees or so. So maybe from that point of view, it could be a little this one. So I think we should look for an alternate as well. Okay, SK Raja, is he there in the group today? I would request him to please come in. SK.
No, sir, I don't see him.
He is not there, is it? Achha. Okay.
GB, can I say something on that?
Yes, please tell.
You see, you have this Yamaha mixer.
Right.
If you have an output from this Yamaha mixer, which can go into the input socket of your computer, then what happens is you actually do not need a sound card. I'll explain why. Because I feel that could be one of the reasons that you're doing it. I'm not sure otherwise why it needs to be, because you take the output of the Yamaha, as I said, it is most likely to be audio, what can you say, not digital, but you take a mic, or you're speaking into the microphone of your computer, that is also not digital. So when the Audacity is catching it, it is not a digital input. So what happens is analog or digital outputs have a different aspect to it. You are right in saying a digital one may be a bit clearer, but an analog one may have a better bandwidth. Some of the experts in this group may explain that better.
No, JK, the point is there is no expert in this group. I mean, in fact, only you and a few others know a little more than all of us. All of us are novices. So there is nobody will be in a better position to. Yeah.
So just to explain, in my mixer, I have a USB connect. So it goes into the USB of the computer. Now what happens is, then what happens is I can choose the input which will pop up in Audacity. If I enable it in the computer, it will come instead of Scarlett, it will come as that Yamaha or whatever I'm using.
Correct.
Then I choose
one minute, JK. Why are you talking about Audacity in this now? I'm not clear.
For recording.
No, okay. No. We are talking about how to stream it into Zoom. Zoom, there is a recorder. Zoom, there is a recording. You can record the proceedings, right?
So it could be Audacity, it could be Zoom, it could be any recorder.
Yeah.
So I'm saying you have, even in Zoom, you have to choose the microphone.
That's right.
So
That's right.
supposing
That's
you have a
completely-
different input, a different microphone, you're not using the computer microphone, you're using another microphone. You can choose that and
Yeah.
go ahead and play.
Correct.
So
Correct. So
that
those
mixer,
are
it has
those.
got a USB output, and most of the new mixers have a USB output.
That was what I was about to say.
You can
That was what
connect
I
it.
was about to add actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
So
Correct.
then
I think that's a good news.
you don't need, yeah. So the good news is the latest mixers, and you can have good mixers for 6 to 7,000, I think. I'm not sure.
Exactly.
You can directly connect it with the computer.
Yeah. Thank you, JK. So that answers our question. So while I may be using an audio interface and all that, it may not be necessary really. So that was actually correctly answered. In fact, I was also about to add, because I know that this mixer which I am using possibly could be a few years old. So the mixers which are coming now have that is the output of the mixer can be routed through a USB. There is a connector which is a USB adapting connector, which can go directly into your laptop. So then you don't need a audio interface or a sound card, but I just added, because this is a technical session also on how to sing with karaoke and record, etc. It was my my duty to mention that there is also something called as a sound card, because we have never spoken about it till now. So there you can use a sound card, or you need not also use a sound card, because in my case, well, it's a very unique case. I have got a laptop which is a Mac, so it doesn't even have enough ports for me to plug in. It just gives you only one and one more here, and that's it. And if it's a slightly more newer Apple laptop, then you don't even have that. I mean, you just don't have any ports at all. I mean, it's a very, very unfriendly actually. So the answer or the quick solution to all this is that the mixers that you can get these days has got directly connectable. They are directly connectable through USB to your laptop. So then I think that kind of clears the fuzziness about this, and there you are ready to zoom, right? And on this laptop on which you are connecting the audio and the USB, then on the same laptop you are also you are on Zoom, so then you're ready to go actually. You're ready to go. Okay? Yes, there was a hand risen by Chandrakant.
Yeah. Yes, GD sir, one question. Can you hear me?
I can.
How you used a reverb when you were singing?
So there are, in this mixer, there are a lot of settings. You can set FX, it is called. Reverb is also called FX. Yeah. Oh. So you can set FX. You can understate the bass. You can increase the treble, or you can increase the bass, lower the treble. There are these round knobs on the face of the mixer, which you can easily adjust. You can adjust the gain. You can adjust the several things, right? So it should not be a problem at all. These mixers, all of them mostly have these kinds of settings.
Yeah.
The reverb, what Mr. Chandrakant mentioned for the benefit of others, is that sometimes we like a little bit of an echo, right? And not too much, like what happens in the Aradhana song, but at least in terms of about 10%, 15%, 20% reverb, if you keep, I think it's very useful for the listener. So I'm glad you are able to listen to the effects here also. Okay, Sriram Iyengar wanted to ask a question.
Yes, sir. I just want to know whether is it possible to show us the setup at your end regarding...
No, that's what I said. No, it's very simple. I thought actually of doing a line diagram, but I have never been an engineer in my life. But the point is, you have a audio source, you have a mic, right? Both of them going into the mixer. Both of them go into the mixer, and on mixer you have all these adjustments for reverb and this and that and everything, right? And the output of the mixer goes into the speaker, period. There is no need for any further diagram at all. Now what Jairam Krishnan is saying is that you don't even require the audio interface which I am using, so I don't have to confuse you with that. He says that today's mixers have an output. The output, the cable will be a USB cable, so you can plug it directly into this laptop, which will have a Zoom connection, and you're ready to go.
Which speaker you are using, sir?
No, speaker I am using is Alto, ALTO. I think I mentioned it in my program when we spoke about speakers. I mean, there are so many.
Okay, thank you.
There are so many, yeah. And I think I mentioned Marshall and several other names. So yeah, Marshall is a good make again. Again, it's all a question of how much we can afford and how much we are willing to invest and things like that.
Sir,
Yeah, I think Raja has come. No, he's not come.
Sir?
Okay.
sir.
Yes, please, Chandrakantji.
Yeah, one more. My son want to ask you one question. Your young generation is also interested in your lectures. Please.
Sir,
Arey,
hi.
so nice, so nice.
Hi,
Hello,
sir.
hi.
This is Chetan Kedari. Very informative
Acha.
session you are giving. Very lot of technical.
My God. So nice. I'm happy. I'm having friends like Jairam Krishnan and all of them to really, add the icing on the cake, as it were. Without them also, yeah, it's always useful. And now we have Oberoi ji waiting on the sidelines to tell us about a little more about streaming and all that. Jairam Krishnan also will tell you about how to stream it on not only Zoom but in other such sources as well. Sriram, you can lower your hand. Yeah. And can we now move? JK, anything else to be added on this particular thing about audio interface, etc.?
Sir.
Yeah, Chandrakantji.
Yeah, please.
I just wanted to know now, since
Yeah,
you are using this Scarlett.
Okay, some child is speaking.
Okay,
Okay, maybe the child also wants to ask a question. Okay, fine.
Please. Okay, so now the Scarlett,
Hi.
you have put that USB in your this laptop. Now in Zoom, what audio settings have you done?
So in the audio settings, as Mr. Jairam Krishnan was saying, that in the Zoom ka jo audio settings hai, you have to ensure that it uses the Scarlett.
Scarlett, okay.
And mostly, by default, it will use the Scarlett. Okay. If it is a Mac and all, automatically, why Mac? I'm not decrying other makes, but even if it's a Windows laptop, it will pick up. It will automatically say that we are now picking up Scarlett.
Okay.
Yeah.
No extra settings are required.
No, nothing.
Because now you have a very good reverb and
I see.
You're using that Yamaha MG mixer, analog mixer.
Correct.
MG,
Yeah.
you must be MG model.
MG
FX.
10XU.
Correct, 10XU. X means FX.
Yeah, X means FX, absolutely. Very nice, yeah. Very nice. So nice. So what do? You play the guitar or you sing?
No, I play piano, sir. I have
Acha.
done London training in Western classical. Basically, I work with Image Reshamia as a musician, music programming. I do music arrangement and programming.
Wow, so nice. हमारा भी एक program arrange करके दो यार.
Sir, pleasure.
हाँ, we will come wherever all of us we can do, A to Z of music करके एक program भी कर सकते हैं आप जरा उसमें जरा. Surely we'll take your help, yaar. Come on. I mean,
yes,
because
please let me know.
See, because what happens now? See, why does this karaoke and all become popular? Karaoke has become popular because all of us have always wanted to sing.
Yes.
बस एक channel चाहिए था, एक opportunity or a platform was needed, and today, thanks to karaoke tracks being available, Zoom, etc., and programs like this, thanks to seniors today, we are doing all this.
Yes.
But अभी क्या है? Now man has got no limit to his aspiration. उसमें गलत नहीं है. So now the aspiration is to go on the stage.
Yes.
When will we do that? So maybe we'll all wait for a little more of all this COVID to go and things like that. And we'll surely do that. We will surely.
Sir, we'll organize a program. You let me know.
जरूर करेंगे. Thanks
Sir,
to you.
have you noted
हाँ
that
जी.
because of GD sir, the younger generation is also interested in you?
चलो अच्छा है यार.
So it's not only seniors
At
today,
least they are
it's everybody today.
At least they are spreading the good word, na? Jarur.
Yes.
Always welcome.
Yes.
Thank you. And all the best to you, boss. And get some qualification from Trinity.
Sure,
You must go to Trinity and get your qualifications.
Yeah, I have already done it, sir.
I think then we have a music director in our midst. That's all. Khatam.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Great.
Good. All the very best. Our blessings.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah. So JK, anything to be added more on this connecting directly to the laptop which will stream on Zoom without the help of a sound card, etc. Anything you want to further add or clarify?
No, I think it's all perfect.
Good. Okay. And there was a question about reverb and effects and all that. So,
yeah, that you mentioned that you can do it from your mixer.
From your mixer. Okay, fine. Okay. So now can we ask रविंदर सिंह ओबेरॉय जी? सो अभी देखिए ना हमारे ग्रुप में देर इज अ बडिंग म्यूजिक डायरेक्टर, देर आर टेक्निकल एक्सपर्ट्स, then there are people like Ravinder ji who make karaoke tracks and make it available to us and saying that आप पूछो और आप मांगेंगे तो मुझे तो जरूर देना ही पड़ेगा kind of thing. Such an affectionate, such a beautiful offer for all of us, and already you have got a list of requests it looks like. So Ravinder ji, over to you. Please share your experience in the very specific context of how to record, any additional things you would like to add or refurbish our learning or anything, or in terms of how to stream it, how to get it recorded, stream it into YouTube or record it on Zoom or whatever. जैसा भी आपकी मर्जी.
Am I audible clearly?
हाँ, yeah.
I was just listening to all the whatever you all were talking. A simple tarika to stream it on this thing is very, very simple.
Okay. No, I think you're not very clear now. You need to come nearer to the source. Yeah.
Okay, that's okay.
Yes.
You need to have two mobiles.
Two mobiles, okay.
Two mobiles. If you are from the mobile.
Ji.
If you are from the laptop, that I'll also send you a separate this thing how to do it.
Okay.
Ek mobile mein you play play the track, whichever you want to sing. You play the track and connect it to a Bluetooth speaker. This is how the Bluetooth speaker looks like.
Bluetooth speaker. We spoke about all that. We've spoken about speakers.
I'm just telling you how to sing it on the Zoom, because ये इतना सब जंपल लेने का एक नए आदमी को बहुत मुश्किल है. But he can sing very easily.
नहीं, हमने ऐसा कुछ कॉम्प्लिकेट भी तो नहीं किया. Let me also give you a disclaimer कि ऐसा हमने कुछ ज्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेट तो नहीं किया है.
बहुत हाई टेक्निकल हो गया.
नहीं, वो क्या है, because for some people who are like, see, this is like a BCom course, yeah. This is like a BCom course now, okay. Now there are students who have finished 10th standard and want to do BCom. There are people who have done MCom and are sitting in BCom class. ठीक है ना? So don't worry about somebody who says it is too technical. He has taken back his words also. It's okay. I mean, he says it is too technical.
I'll give you this.
No. So I want to make it very clear from our side also कि हम अंदर ग्रुप में रहते ही we should not take a dig at anybody, because I'm not taking it that way. I'm just using for want of any other word. I'm only saying so you are now going to tell us a much simpler method of recording by using, which incidentally we spoke earlier. I don't know whether you were there for our earlier sessions.
Maybe I must have missed
the fourth session or something. We spoke about it. We spoke about using a Bluetooth speaker. We had somebody singing to us on Bluetooth speaker, and at the end of the singing, he or she showed us the Bluetooth speaker and the and the mobile phone to which it has been connected, etc. But we would love to hear from you.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say is, you play the track on the mobile, and this Bluetooth speaker will pick it up.
Right.
Connected. Now hold this Bluetooth speaker next to your mic, which you are having it in your ears, the ones which you are using, Sharma ji. And keep it close to the mic, so the track will be picked up from the Bluetooth speaker, and you can sing it along, and it goes on straight.
Correct.
So what only thing you have to note is that Bluetooth speaker ka output volume you have to keep only at 50%, 40-50%. And your mic input should be around a proper 35 to 40%.
So it is like saying
simple ganas Zoom mein stream ho jayega.
अच्छा.
This is the simplest thing. और अगर laptop में करना है.
No, 1 minute. So I'll just recap whatever you have said for the benefit of everybody. So what Mr. Ravindra ji is saying that if you don't want to get into too much technicalities and things like that, आपको एक simple सा method है. He says, play your track on a mobile and connect it to a Bluetooth speaker. Bluetooth speaker will have no wires, it's a wireless kind of thing. Hold the mic, hold the Bluetooth speaker or keep it near the mic on which now I am speaking. For example, the Bluetooth speaker is my hand, let us say, and I sing.
Right.
Correct?
Right.
But the problem will be with most of us, and that is where we started today's session, कि मेरे को wordings तो देखना है भाई, मुझे तो wordings नहीं आता, मेरे को lyrics को देखना है. And many of us, तो मोबाइल को देखते करना पड़ेगा ऐसा. तो यहाँ पे ब्लूटूथ स्पीकर रहेगा, यहाँ पे मोबाइल रहेगा और यहाँ पे मेरा जो है वोकल रहेगा. So I'll just keep seeing like this and singing. The Bluetooth speaker will provide the output.
Will provide the track. Yes.
Right into the mic. But क्या है ना कि रविंद्र जी, अभी now there are some, हर एक subject में there will be people who are called Puritans. यानी like Gavaskar, he would like to play cricket only by the book, by the cricket book. He does not want to do any jugaad and do some helicopter shot and all. He will never accept. है कि नहीं? So that is the difference between Gavaskar and Dhoni. So there will be this Gavaskar type of people who will say no, but ये तो ठीक है, just for the sake of satisfying and things like that. But if you want to really go in a little more technical way, I think you have to do what we are suggesting. I think that is the real difference between what Ravindraji is saying and what everybody else is saying in terms of connecting it with a mixer and all that and doing it properly. है कि नहीं? क्योंकि sir, अभी जो रविंद्र जी, like what Jairam Krishnan was saying a little earlier, and we all know that also, कि one track will be nicely at a certain volume level, but certain other track, maybe some other song, suddenly it will flare up, and we have no control of those tracks, right? And so
those tracks have to be done properly, na, before you put it on the mobile.
हाँ जी.
आप वो track को ठीक करोगे ना, suddenly blow up करेगा, then you have to prepare the track and then play it.
कैसे प्रिपेयर करोगे ट्रैक को?
मैंने प्रोसीजर ये मिस्टर जयरामन ने सेड.
हाँ तो उतना नहीं, हाँ तो
पिच करो, सब एडजस्ट हो गया.
एडजस्ट हो गया. No, then what is the big deal? I mean, then anyway we are doing all that. We are anyway going through Wondershare. We are trying to reduce the pitch. तो इतना technicalities को करने बोल रहे हैं अभी आप बोल रहे हैं इतना technicalities करो आप. That is what we expect in the program.
लोगों को.
Sir,
every song has to be changed in pitch. Actually, that should be scale, not pitch.
Sir, this is not a group of perfect singers. This is not a group of aspiring singers who are all going to go and do outside shows. Okay, this is a group of people above 60. अभी retirement हो गया है. अभी at least let me think of singing some songs to my choice. मेरे को कभी भी always I wanted to sing. ऐसे लोग हैं sir. तो उनको अभी आप यू आर टेलिंग देम दैट यू आर मेकिंग इट सिंपल, विच इज़ वेरी गुड, बट उसके पहले आई हैव टू गेट द ट्रैक्स रेडी, मीन्स देन आई हैव टू गो थ्रू द जयराम कृष्णन मेथोडोलॉजी. तो उसके लिए तो थोड़ा कुछ टेक्नोलॉजी पहचान यानी जानकारी हासिल करना ही पड़ेगा. ठीक है ना? तो ओके फाइन,
को नहीं आएगा.
नहीं समझ गया.
What I'm telling you, most of the tracks are available on the YouTube and they are good.
No, agreed, they are good. Almost everything is good. But suppose we want to select a song which is little jari or which is unfortunately वो एक track ही available है, अच्छा गाना है, and it starts at a higher volume level, etc. Then there it can be a little jarring. That's what I'm trying to say. I am not getting into whether tracks are like that or tracks are not like that. There are tracks which are हाँ.
तो आप मेरे को या जयरामन जी को भेज दो, I will correct the tracks and give it.
जरूर, absolutely, fine. So there you are.
Somebody to do it. There are always people who can help.
Sure, I mean this is a self-help group actually. So आपने you have come forward, so we are really happy. So so therefore let me again summarize now what Ravindra ji is saying, is that he is saying that you can just use only two mobiles.
One Bluetooth speaker.
One mobile on which you have the Zoom and another Bluetooth, another mobile on which you play the track, and keep the Bluetooth speaker near the mic and look at the mobile and sing. Bas, khatam. Okay. So this is one way. The other way is to connect it with your mixer and everything, and then put it into your laptop, so that your reverb and everything can be adjusted, and song by song we can go in a prepared way.
Can I just say a word over here?
Haji, please.
Overajji, see, I can make it even simpler than what you said. You just put the YouTube or something on your TV. Okay, you can hear and see the thing. and a laptop in front of it and go ahead, finish.
But the difference between
two devices are there now. One is YouTube TV and one is laptop. Here I'm saying two mobiles.
Anyway, two devices, two mobiles. But JK, but the point is possibly.
But the quality won't be good, you know. The
quality will not be good. I know that. But he says that apne liye for our kind of this thing, it's okay to start with. This should be good enough, is what he's saying. So that it possibly he's trying to say that it doesn't require so much of an investment and all that. But you know, many of us are also Puritans, sir. Some of us are Gavaskars. What to do, sir? We have to do it correctly. But it's a good idea. What Ravindraji said is what I think we said in the third or the fourth session, which is really good that he is confirming that. So at least we are satisfied that we were on the right track, right? So that can be good. But I think every time you cannot have the track being modified by Jairam Krishnan or through Wondershare and things like that, and then keep it ready and still do a jugaad of only putting the speaker near the mic, etc. But anyway, if you don't have any other option, then that could be the best option, what Mr. Oberoi has said. Okay? Acha. So the other offer is that Mr. Oberoi is a person who creates karaoke tracks. So some of you, instead of going through all this Wondershare and all that, if you want him to say that साहब मेरा पुकारता चला हूँ song है, तो उसको मेरा at least reduce it by 1 or 2 semitones, 2 half semitones. See, 2 half semitones means 1. Okay, so 1 half semitone means 0.5. So that is the language. So suppose you tell him that you please reduce by 2 half semitones and send it back to me. He will be, I think, too happy to send you. He may also send you a track which is made by him, etc. So we have a karaoke track maker. We have experts. My God! So this group has become very rich. Thank you, Ravindraji. Thank you very much, and for your very spontaneous offer, etc. Thank you, JK, and thank you very much for both of you for this. Okay, so shall we have the first singer for today? अभी कौन है देखना पड़ेगा. जयलक्ष्मी, आई थिंक. जमीला जी तो दिखाई नहीं दी आज.
मैं
on the screen.
नहीं, मैं थी शर्मा जी. कोई गेस्ट आए थे इसलिए मैंने वीडियो.
सॉरी, नो प्रॉब्लम. हाँ, तो आपका नंबर लग रहा है क्या कि व्हाट इज इट? अरे मेरा कहाँ गया वो लिस्ट? 1 minute, because I was looking for somebody said कि वो लिस्ट पुराना है, नया है, etc. I got confused. हाँ, so the first in the list after Shekhar Swaminathan, who sang last time, is Vinendra Tiwari. Vinendra Tiwari ji, आप हैं? जीवन से भरी. So why don't you try the methodology with Ravindra ji is suggesting today? Many of you? It will be nice.
I have to sing like that.
No, I leave it to you. No, I'm just saying. Vinendra ji, are you there?
He is not there.
He is not there. So why do they make their names in the list and then ये problem है? Sharan Angadi? Sharan Angadi ji?
He has left.
हाँ. So then I will not prepare this list anymore. क्योंकि अपने से तो नहीं होगा.
Next one, Sundar also has left.
अभी आप नाम दे के कोई फायदा नहीं. I am taking this seriously because this is not on. You can't give your name and the song list and all that and say why my name is not there and demand all kinds of things. And finally when your name comes, you are not there. Sorry, completely disqualified, blacklisted. Khatam.
Sir.
Sundar ji is not there also.
Yes. No.
Madhura ji has written she will sing only next week. At least she has given that response. So ठीक है. So next is Jaya ji. That is Jayalakshmi ji.
मैं गाऊं?
No, Nagaraj. Next is Nagaraj.
Boss. Which list are you seeing now? Sriram. This list I sent today, sir. The first list, sir. It starts with Shekhar Swaminathan, list number 1. This was the list prepared. Forget the date on which it was prepared. This is the first list of singers who volunteered, gave their song names, and we put it in the song list number 1. Okay, and it started with Shekhar Swaminathan. Vinendra Tiwari is not there. Sharan Angadi is not there. Sundar is not there. Madhura ji will sing next week. And you are right, Nagaraj. Actually, you are right. I was thinking you are referring to some other list. Okay, sorry Sriram, sorry about that. Nagaraj ji, he was there. He was asking questions.
No, he is also left.
I think he'll also left.
Arey, but he knows he is going to sing. Nagaraj asked a lot of questions today, raised his hand.
Some guests have come. That's what message he messaged.
Achha, I see. Jayalakshmi also has got guests. So today is some guest day.
I'll sing.
आप गाइए मैडम, अभी कोई चारा नहीं, अभी चलो अब गाओ.
अच्छा.
सर,
हाँ,
जो अवेलेबल है उनका गाना लीजिए ना प्लीज.
नहीं अभी क्या है, जो अवेलेबल है उनका गाना ले सकते हैं, लेकिन नहीं बट 1 मिनट. जमीला.
हेलो सर.
गॉड.
जमीला जी का भी पीछे है, भी हमारा है.
कौन है भाई ये? हु इज दिस नाउ?
मी.
ये मेरा ही नंबर है अभी.
कहाँ पर है?
चंद्रशेखर. सर आप प्लीज सर प्लीज डोंट कंफ्यूज सर. प्लीज सी द लिस्ट which I have sent today sir.
Yes sir, I am seeing your list sir. Please excuse me.
तो कौन है?
नागराज, जयलक्ष्मी is not there. Then Colonel रमेश.
सर जयलक्ष्मी जी का नाम गलती से मैंने स्कोर कर दिया है, मुझे माफ कर दीजिए सर.
उनके बाद कर्नल रमेश था.
सर उसके पहले सर कौन है? हु इज टॉकिंग? हु इज दिस? चंद्रकांत जी प्लीज फॉर गॉड सेक चंद्रकांत जी प्लीज डोंट कंफ्यूज.
No, not he is, I guess.
Sir, please see today's list, sir. Mr. Chandrakant, please allow me to talk. Allow me to talk, please. Now I have to be like a school teacher, it looks like. I have sent a list number 1 today. आज के डेट में मैंने एक लिस्ट भेजा है. आज के दिन में ये लिस्ट भेजा है, ठीक है ना? उसमें शेखर स्वामीनाथन ने गा चुका है, तो उनका नाम मैंने स्कोर कर दिया है. सेकंड इज विनेंद्र तिवारी, ही इज नॉट देयर. शरद अंगाड़ी इज नॉट देयर. सुंदर इज नॉट देयर. Madhura ji has said she will sing on 10th next week. That is, next name is Nagaraj, serial number 6. नागराज भी अभी पूरा प्रश्न उत्तर सब सुन के चले गए, तो उनको भी ब्लैक लिस्ट किया जाएगा. नेक्स्ट इज जयलक्ष्मी, whom I have scored by mistake.
नहीं, I am only जमीला एंड जयलक्ष्मी एक ही है शर्मा जी.
I know that बाबा. अरे मुझे क्यों, आप क्यों बोल रहे हैं? I am now replying to रमाकांत. मैं अपना कान पकड़ूं क्या?
नहीं, आप बोल रहे हैं.
आप क्यों? नहीं जयलक्ष्मी, why are you replying?
Jayalakshmi, you are going to sing. Don't worry.
Jayalakshmi is also Jamila, right? Please don't have 2-3 names. Please don't have 2-3 names. One, that is okay.
Oh, that's a confusion.
No, it's okay. But
मैंने कहा वहाँ पे नाम तो जयलक्ष्मी है ना, जमीला गा रही है. So that was the confusion. Sorry.
No, there is no confusion.
There is no
confusion. You are wasting time. Exactly. Mr. Chandrakant ji, why are you confusing everybody, Mr. Chandrakant?
Not Chandrakant ji, it's Durgesh.
Durgesh
ji,
Chandrakant ji. तो whoever said it, please apologize ना. मैं इतना apologize कर रहा हूँ आपको. एक तरफ एक बात, एक बारे
सर किया, मैंने apologize किया. मैंने कहा जमीला नाम नहीं था करके मैंने जयलक्ष्मी का बताया, तो कहते मैं सेम हूँ, तो मुझे समझ आ गया.
इसके बाद
उसके बाद उतना ही बात हुई सर, आगे बात नहीं है, मेरे से गलती हो गई.
Infructuous conversation. It's infructuous conversation. Let us stop somewhere.
It's not.
अरे शर्मा जी आप स्टार्ट करवाइए.
It is not infructuous
स्टार्ट करवाइए. Stop
Mr.
talking.
Whoever said that if it's an infructuous conversation, I don't consider it an infructuous conversation. Please don't use
शर्मा
such
जी
words.
प्लीज स्टार्ट कराइए.
मुझे पता है कब स्टार्ट करना है, कब बंद करना है, मुझे पता है. I don't want any judgmental comments, please. Whether it is infructuous, whether it is not needed, I have to decide. And if somebody is getting confused with the list, I am not responsible. You have to be responsible citizens. Okay? Can I ask Jayalakshmi alias Jamila to sing, please? We'll close with this song because it's already 7 o'clock.
Here's sound. Oh, जी हाँ.
Very good, very good.
So some comments and constructive feedback for her, please.
वॉइस थोड़ी सी हमारे ख्याल से कम लग रही थी इसमें.
वॉइस अच्छा.
Yes.
हाँ, बैलेंस करना जरूरी है एक्चुअली.
हाँ, otherwise perfect.
Nice, very good. Okay, very nice. Okay. What about others?
ओवरऑल ठीक है, ये बढ़िया है. ओवरऑल हम लोग
ओवरऑल बढ़िया. वेरी गुड.
ट्रेंड तो नहीं है, इसलिए हमारे हिसाब से ठीक है.
अच्छा अच्छा. So Jamila ji, what are you doing? What are you using? Meaning like what?
I'm not using anything special, Sharma ji. एक मेरा ब्लूटूथ है और एक मेरा आईपैड है और मैं इसमें गाना लगाती हूँ. इसमें वो स्पीकर आता है और लैपटॉप में ये आ रहा है.
लैपटॉप में आप जूम कर रहे हैं?
हाँ जी.
और आईपैड में आप यानी ट्रैक प्ले कर रहे हैं?
हाँ.
और उसमें यानी इट्स अ वीडियो ट्रैक और वट एवर, राइट? इट कुड बी अ वीडियो ट्रैक, इट कुड बी एन ऑडियो ट्रैक, वट एवर.
यूट्यूब में मिलता है.
हाँ नहीं समझ गया. नो व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इज इट्स अ वीडियो ट्रैक ना, MP4 ट्रैक.
यस.
हाँ, तो दैट्स एग्जैक्टली व्हाट मिस्टर रविंद्र ओबेरॉय हैज बीन सेइंग. But as we know कि like somebody said कि voice जरा इतना ठीक से सुनाई नहीं दिया, and in the initial stages also while it started and we could all hear and you wanted a confirmation, so we said सुन रहा है करके. But after that there was a gap. Only when you started singing the song came correctly.
वो गाने का वो ट्रैक नहीं आया?
नहीं, गाने का जो प्रील्यूड है ना, प्रील्यूड बिफोर यू स्टार्ट सिंगिंग जो है ना प्रील्यूड, वो ठीक से सुनाई नहीं दिया. सो दोज आर द प्रॉब्लम्स बिकॉज ब्लूटूथ स्पीकर वर्क्स ऑन सिग्नल्स. आई थिंक वी कवर्ड दिस इन द थर्ड सेशन और सो, राइट? Bluetooth speaker use करने से it depends on the signals. Now something comes on the way also, then also it will get cut, etc. So Bluetooth speakers are not very reliable, but since you are keeping it near you, there is not any possibility of any interference. But they both are not coming together, which is what a mixer or any such thing will do, isn't it? That's why we spoke about mixer, and in a program on karaoke we have to speak about everything. It is not that we can just tell you कि एक Bluetooth रख लो और एक mobile रख दिया तो काम खत्म हो गया. Then the session would have been over in the first session itself. But ideally, my duty is to tell you how to do a pakka program, connect all the pakka equipments in a proper manner and do it. But there is always a simple way for those who don't have so much technical involvement, those who don't have so much of a budget, or those who don't want to इतना सब क्यों सर इतना सब कष्ट लगाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है kind of thing. That also can be there. So each unto his own. हर एक का अपना अपना ढंग होता है. Whatever is your objective, whatever is your क्या बोलते हैं उसको, objective of doing all this. Some people want to do a perfect job, some people don't mind आगे पीछे होने से 19-20 का फर्क होता है, etc. etc. ठीक है. But Jamila ji, the thing is that a lot of people like to sing with bhav. भावना के साथ तो गाना ही चाहिए. There is no other two ways about it. But because of that, we don't also have to overdo it. Meaning, some people, not you, some people, हर एक लाइन का जो मीनिंग है उसके हिसाब से वो एक्टिंग करते गाते हैं. कि अगर बारिश के बारे में बात करें, बरसात और वॉट एवर एंड ऑल दैट, और कुछ ये बज रहा है तो दे विल शो ऑल दिस एक्शन. सो व्हाट इट विल डू, नहीं व्हाट आई एम
एक्ट्रेस एक्चुअली, इसीलिए वो
I know that I have seen your programs earlier on Seniors Today competition में आप participate किए थे, मैंने सुना है. But no, that is agreed. I agree with you. You're an actress. Naturally you like to bring your expressions and all that.
Automatically, even if I
remember. Otherwise you can't sing. That's what you're saying. अभी आप नहीं, अभी for example आपने जो बोला otherwise, उसके बाद हमने कुछ सुना नहीं.
Hi, okay, maybe the network problem.
That is what I am trying to tell you. You said otherwise, but I could do lip reading, and I said otherwise I can't sing, is what you are trying to say. Okay. So what I am trying to say is, not for Jayalakshmi, this is not a feedback for Jayalakshmi, but for everybody. There are a lot of people who say that भाव के साथ गाना चाहिए बोला था, तो मैं पूरा अपना भाव I am going to bring it out. मेरे आँखों से और मेरे यानी चेहरे से और हाथों से उनको लगना चाहिए कि मैं एक बहुत क्या बोलते हैं गम भरा सॉन्ग गा रहा हूँ वगैरह वगैरह. All that is not needed, meaning that you can bring the bhav from your inside. You can do some little bit of expression, not a problem. I mean, Jamila she's an actress, so she will do it.
Sharma ji, I'm not doing overdoing.
I didn't say you. मैं बोला ना, आपके बारे में नहीं बोला ना मैं पहले. See, I like to give disclaimers very clearly, na. I like to give disclaimers very clearly. Other people watching you may be thinking about that. That is why what I am saying. नहीं जमीला, आप बीच में बात करेंगे तो सुनाई नहीं देगा. आपका जब चांस मिलेगा तो आप बात करिए. I will let you speak. 1 second. My job is to give feedback to everybody. My job is to give the correct picture to everybody. My job is to tell everybody that certain things should be done, certain things should not be done. Now, which do you want to take, which you don't want to take, it is of course left to you. We are all human beings. We are all adult human beings. We are all senior adult human beings. So we know how to take what is good for us, right? So nothing wrong with that. It is very nice. You got a very pleasant persona, and आपका जो background भी इतना बढ़िया है कि पूछो मत. So all that looks very good. But I am giving a feedback to others that some people think that they have to act the song, which is not really needed. भावना लाना चाहिए, but acting की ज़रूरत नहीं है. That is for others, not for Jayalakshmi. Wonderful, Jayalakshmi. I think you have done a good job. You sing with a lot of emotion. I think you know the song also so well by heart. आपका जो take off, landing वगैरह सब कुछ ठीक ठाक है. Continue to sing. The more you sing, you become more and more perfect. बस, as simple as that. Try some new songs. Don't try to sing only familiar songs. Try to sing which you have not heard, for example, etc. Like the other day, Madhura ji sent me a recording of her song, and I realized that was a song from Ahista Ahista, sung by Bhupinder, which I really forgot. Yani, I knew it, but I had forgotten. So for the last 1 week, I have been singing that song. कभी किसी को मुकम्मल जहाँ नहीं मिलता. क्या गाना है सर, क्या गाना है सर. अरे बाप रे, it's a ghazal, but it got into my skin like anything. So ever since she sent me that recording and asked me for some feedback, I kept on listening to Bhupinder. I said, "Arey, this song I used to know, I used to sing, but now I have to really learn it." So that is how we actually become little better than what we are today. Okay? So excellent. Keep it up, Jalakshmi.
शर्मा जी, मुझे नए गाने भी आते हैं.
जरूर गाना चाहिए. नया means not 1981 and 2002. What I mean is, हमारे जो repertoire जो रहता है, what is called as a repertoire, like you may know 200 songs, but you may be singing only 25. है कि नहीं? तो so then try the 26th song, try the 30th song, try the 31st song, etc. so that you improve your range and increase your repertoire. ठीक है ना? Very good, excellent. So any more questions or thank you.
Yes.
Any more comments or questions? हाँ जी आइए.
जी, मेरे पास एक सिस्टम है, टकारा करके स्पीकर जो अपने आप में ही दो को कमांड कर लेता है. इट्स अ साउंड सिस्टम ओनली, वेरी स्मॉल चीपर वन. उसमें मैं गाता हूँ, तो मैं उसमें जस्ट ट्रैक आपको सुनाना चाहता था. काफी लोग हैं, तो अगर टाइम है
नहीं करो
ट्रैक के साथ एक लाइन सिर्फ गाने के, नॉट फॉर सिंगिंग पर्पस, बट उसका मैं क्वालिटी देखना चाहता हूँ कि कैसा
क्वालिटी देखना चाहते हैं. प्लीज करिए
आप.
नो प्रॉब्लम, प्लीज. दैट्स अ गुड इनिशिएटिव, वेरी गुड.
मुझको इस रात कितना,
मुझको इस रात, वाह रे वाह. ओके जी.
I don't know why it is not.
टेक्नोलॉजी का यही तो है सर, करिश्मा.
थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम आया.
जब आप शुरू करना चाहेंगे ना, वो शुरू नहीं होगा सर. ये बच्चे जैसे हैं ना, बच्चे को आप गेस्ट के घर पे ले जाओ के बोलो एक गाना गाओ, so that time only the child will not. It happens.
ब्लूटूथ शायद कनेक्ट नहीं होगा. हाँ, दबाओ.
हाँ, पैर हो गया.
Now it will come.
हाँ, see, it's a loud track actually. That's a problem. See. Good. So it's a speaker which has got adjustments for both, like a.
मुझको इस रात की तन्हाई आवाज न दो, आवाज न दो, आवाज न दो. इसकी आवाज रुला दे मुझे, वो साज न दो, आवाज न दो.
त्रिलोकीनाथ दुबे. थैंक यू. बहुत बढ़िया सर, बहुत बढ़िया है आपका साउंड सिस्टम, अच्छा है. लाइक व्हाट मिस्टर ओबेरॉय हैज सेड, आई थिंक यू आर जस्ट डूइंग दैट. कोई मिक्सर का कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है, एंड इट इज़ क्वाइट वेरी क्लियर टू हियर. बस और क्या चाहिए सर? तो आपके पास क्या क्या है? आपके पास क्या क्या है?
मेरे पास एक ये है लैपटॉप, इतना मोबाइल है. मोबाइल में मैं ट्रैक प्ले करता हूँ, फिर उसको ब्लूटूथ से इसी ये है, आई विल शो यू द थिंग. दिस इज द वन कमांड.
अच्छा. 1 minute. I'll just 1 minute, sir. 1 minute. I'll pin you so everybody can see in the center screen. 1 minute.
See, this is my टकारा करके है ये.
अच्छा.
टकारा 18206.
अच्छा.
और इसके बाद में इसमें ये दोनों जाता है, मतलब मेरा जो ब्लूटूथ इससे माइक, इसको मैं ब्लूटूथ से जब उसको कनेक्ट वो ले लेता है, ब्लूटूथ को ले लेता है मेरा स्पीकर.
हाँ, जरूर लेगा.
हम इसमें ही सब कुछ है, एवरीथिंग इज इंटीग्रेटेड. और फिर मेरा माइक से ले लेता है. तो ये दोनों अब ये
नहीं 1 minute. तो माइक इज कनेक्टेड टू द माइक कम्स अलोंग विद द स्पीकर.
या दिस जब मैंने परचेज किया तो उसके साथ माइक आया है.
उसके साथ ही पैर्ड आया है. पैर्ड,
हाँ,
यानी अलग अलग से नहीं लिया आपने?
अलग नहीं लिया.
हाँ,
क्योंकि तो, वो हमको पता नहीं कि ये आप बताएंगे, आप बेटर एक्सपर्ट हैं, कि अगर मैं अलग माइक लेता तो शायद इसके साथ मैच नहीं करता.
नहीं, आप ये प्रश्न पहले भी पूछे हैं. आपने पहले भी ये प्रश्न पूछा था ना. आपका जो लड़का सन भी था आपके पास बैठे हुए.
नहीं, वो मैं नहीं था. मैं नहीं था, मेरा तो नहीं कभी पूछा ऐसा, और ना मेरा
दिस क्वेश्चन अर्लियर कि अगर सेपरेट माइक
मेरा नहीं था, तो मेरा ये था मैचिंग ऑफ दी अदर थिंग्स था, ये माइक का, माइक का मैचिंग का मैंने पूछा तो था तीनों चारों का मैचिंग, प्लस ये जो आपका
करेक्ट सो दी हाँ जी
प्लस आपका ये जो होता है ना ऑटो मिक्स इंटरफेस, ऑडियो इंटरफेस,
हाँ जी हाँ,
3-4 चीजों को कैसे मिक्स करें वो जरूर मैं पूछा था।
अभी मिक्स करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है सर, कनेक्ट करना है बस।
अभी मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ, अभी मैं 2 तरह से बोलता हूँ, आप बताइए कौन सा। अभी मैं माइक से बोल रहा हूँ, क्या आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है इससे?
परफेक्ट।
अब मैं अलग से बोलता हूँ, माइक हटा देता हूँ। अब जो आवाज आ रही है इसमें क्या चेंज आया है? क्या गाने के लिए ये चलेगी क्या? तो मैं
गाने के लिए ये भी चलेगी, गाने के लिए माइक भी चलेगा, बट माइक में क्या है? नहीं सर, आई एम रिप्लाइंग टू योर क्वेश्चन ना, आई एम रिप्लाइंग टू योर 2 क्वेश्चन। आपने 2 क्वेश्चन पूछा है, मैं आई एम रिप्लाइंग टू यू। ये जो आप अभी माइक के बिना बात कर रहे हैं ना, ये भी चलेगा, माइक के साथ गा रहे हैं वो भी चलेगा, क्योंकि माइक में देयर इज अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ एको विच इज गुड। जैसे मैंने बताया था ना एफेक्ट्स, किसी ने पूछा था कि व्हाट इज एफेक्ट्स, व्हाट इज है ना, so that is always useful, okay? And the advice for everybody is that if the standalone speaker comes along with a paired mic, better to take that, क्योंकि उनके बीच में वो compatibility establish हो गया है, ठीक है ना? वही सर प्लीज उसका जो डिटेल्स है आप व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में भेजिए, so that people suppose that same model is available, then they can also buy that. कितना हुआ सर आपको? कॉस्ट कितना हुआ?
This cost me only
6,000 rupees. Wonderful sir.
Long back I purchased 4-5
value for money.
4 साल हो गया मेरे को, आज इसका कीमत क्या है ये पता नहीं है।
नहीं ठीक है, क्या है ना, नहीं साहब क्या है ना कि 4-5 साल पहले लिया है तो अभी जो इसका मॉडल मिलेगा इट विल कम विद एडिशनल फीचर्स फॉर द सेम प्राइस और इवन चीपर, बिकॉज ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी इंप्रूवमेंट एंड ऑल। तो उसका जो मॉडल जो भी है आप काइंडली शेयर इट विद द व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप। आप तो व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में हैं ही ना?
ये कोई नया व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप है तो पता नहीं है मेरे को।
नहीं कोई नया व्हाट्सएप नहीं सर, एक है।
सीनियर टुडे वाले में तो हुई तभी तो मेरे को।
सर देयर इज ओनली वन गॉड, देयर इज ओनली वन वाइफ एंड देयर इज ओनली वन व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप, बस अपना तो यही पॉलिसी सर, ठीक है ना? तो एक ही व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप है। मधुरा जी जो हैं उनके पास आपका नंबर भेजिएगा या फिर आप अभी इसको इसमें डाल दीजिएगा, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, चैट बॉक्स में डाल दीजिएगा। अभिषेक जी विल मेक अ नोट ऑफ इट एंड पास इट ऑन टू अस, नॉट एन इश्यू एट ऑल।
आई विल सेंड टू अभिषेक
जरूर, बिकॉज इट्स अ गुड थिंग। सी व्हाट ही हैज नाउ शोन अस इज सो प्रैक्टिकल एंड सो सिंपल। नाउ आई वुड लाइक टू हैव द व्यू ऑफ रविंद्र जी।
ये शर्मा जी हमारे ख्याल से वैसे ही है जैसा मेरा जूक वाला है जो मैंने
एग्जैक्टली आपने भी यही बताया था लास्ट प्रोग्राम में।
उसमें लेकिन ट्यूनिंग करने का है, मिक्सर का उसमें दोनों नॉब लगी हुई है,
करेक्ट।
उसको जो है मिक्सिंग आप कर सकते हैं,
बस कर लो आप, बस एग्जैक्टली। तो इसमें भी लगा होगा ना त्रिलोक जी आपके मिक्सर में?
मैं बता रहा हूँ इसमें क्या क्या है। इसमें बैस है, मतलब जो रिदम है
चाहिए ना, वो चाहिए,
ट्रेबल है, 2 चीजें और इको है, सिंपल 3 थिंग।
बस और क्या चाहिए सर?
बस यही
एंड ट्रेबल 3 चीज है इसमें,
बस ये तीनों चीज चाहिए, बस दैट्स ऑल। यू हैव अ माइक एंड फिनिश ओवर। सो इट इज मोर और लेस व्हाट मिस्टर ओबेरॉय हैज सेड एंड व्हाट वी हैव आल्सो सेड लॉन्ग बैक, सेम थिंग, कि आपको एक सिंपल स्पीकर चाहिए विच हैज गॉट सम बेसिक अटैचमेंट, यू नो, एडजस्टमेंट्स ऑन द बैक साइड ऑफ इट, connected, provided it is Bluetooth. Now that is a real key. So it has to be a Bluetooth speaker with these adjustments. Connect your another laptop or mobile or iPad, whatever you want, to that by Bluetooth and use the mic and sing. Khatam. And you are sitting in front of the screen, correct?
Recording का भी है, it can record also.
अच्छा, वेरी गुड।
आप अपना जो गाना आपने गाया वो अपना अगर उसमें लगा देंगे तो रिकॉर्ड वापस सुन सकते हैं कि क्या परफॉर्मेंस है उसका।
अच्छा, सो इफ इट कैन रिकॉर्ड दैट,
रिकॉर्ड के लिए उसमें हमको ये लगाना पड़ेगा
USB। हाँ, तो सिंस इट हैज गॉट अ प्रोविजन फॉर रिकॉर्डिंग, इट विल हैव अ USB slot where you can put your pen drive डाल के you can record it into your pen drive directly. चलो, then all your programs are done almost. I think we have completed almost everything.
Apart from you, what the others think about the voice? जो मैं इसका voice आया जो हमारा mix up आया,
please everybody kindly speak.
What others think? ये ठीक था या कुछ गड़बड़ था? Particularly the combination में echo या ये सब कोई anybody can comment?
Yes, I.
विदाउट माइक मेरे को बेटर लगा आपका वॉइस, विदाउट माइक बेटर लगा।
एक्चुअली क्या है, आपका जो माइक्रोफोन में है ना, उसका जरा इको ज्यादा था।
हाँ, तो इको
कभी भी आप गाना गाते हो तो आपकी आवाज ट्रैक के साथ जेल होनी चाहिए।
जेल होनी चाहिए।
मोस्ट ऑफ द ट्रैक्स आर रिकॉर्डेड इन द स्टूडियो।
करेक्ट।
और आप गा रहे हैं अपने घर पे।
करेक्ट।
तो द एकॉस्टिक डिफरेंस इज ऑलवेज देयर।
जरूर।
इसके लिए वो मिक्सर यूज करते हैं कि उसको मैच कर लें कि भाई हाँ मेरा भी गाना भी स्टूडियो में हो रहा है।
वेरी राइट।
मैच करने के बाद आपकी आवाज बराबर आएगी।
करेक्ट करेक्ट।
वो एक दो बार आपको ट्रायल करना पड़ेगा, फिर जिधर भी एडजस्टमेंट ठीक आपको लगेगी हाँ ठीक हो गया, वहां छोड़ दीजिए
बस।
तो
इको जरा
जो कमी नजर आती है, जो शर्मा जी अगर सजेस्ट करें, मुझे जो कमी इसमें नजर आती है, ये कॉम्पैक्ट है अपने आप में कपड़े। मुझे आई वाज थिंकिंग टू परचेज ए वेरी सेंसिटिव माइक। दिस इज नॉट ए कंडेंसर माइक, इट्स ए सिंपल चीपर माइक, वेरी सिंपल एंड चीप माइक। इसके ही कॉस्ट में ये आ गया। तो अभी वो अगर सेंसिटिव माइक में लूं तो
इसके साथ अगर बात करेगा, हाँ
तो कैसे करेगा इसके साथ में, ये मेरा क्वेश्चन है। उसको क्या करना, फिर इसका मतलब मेरे को अनदर लेना ही पड़ेगा मिक्सर।
ये देखिए, इफ यू कैन हियर मी, ये देखिए माइक मेरे हाथ में है।
हाँ।
ये भी कंडेंसर माइक है, ये भी खाली 300 रुपए का है। बड़े कंडेंसर माइक जो आप लोगे ना, उसके साथ में पावर सप्लाई भी लगता है।
पावर सप्लाई लगता है, करेक्ट।
तो पावर सप्लाई भी आपको लेनी पड़ेगी। ये कंडेंसर माइक है, बहुत सेंसिटिव है।
रवि सिंह जी, मैं आपसे गाइडेंस ले लूंगा बाद में।
हाँ, वो रवि, व्हाई डोंट यू वो माइक का जो इमेज है आप भेज दीजिए ना उसको।
इट इज अवेलेबल ऑन द Amazon।
हाँ, नहीं अमेजोन में है सर, बट क्या है ना, हमारे ग्रुप में पीपल रिक्वायर हेल्प सर।
मॉडल नंबर लिखेंगे क्या?
They keep asking for the image, please send again, I am not able to open this, I am not able to click that करके काफ़ी दिक्कत होती है ना। तो my suggestion is, Amazon में तो वैसा everything is available, other than husband and wife and children, everything is available। but आप अगर उसका image भेज सकते हैं तो गाइडेंस रहेगा और कुछ नहीं। and if it has got a model number or description, अच्छा रहेगा सर, और कुछ नहीं, ठीक है ना। so that will be good, very गुड। सो आपको त्रिलोक जी, आपको ये भी मिल गया कि गाइडेंस की।
एक्चुअली मेरा पर्पज है कि ऑडियंस के सामने गाना एक अलग बात, मेरे को रिकॉर्डिंग करने, अपने गानों को रिकॉर्डिंग करना।
नहीं, लेकिन घर पे अगर
स्टूडियो टाइप मेरे को मिल जाए, घर में मैं अपना स्टूडियो टाइप बना सकूं। रिकॉर्डिंग करने के लिए मुझे स्टूडियो में जाना पड़ेगा, वो मैं चाहता हूँ कि मैं कैसे घर में स्टूडियो टाइप बना।
अंडरस्टूड। अभी घर पे अगर आपका एक रूम है जहाँ पे कोई आके डिस्टर्ब नहीं करेगा, फैन तो नहीं चलना चाहिए, ठीक है ना, बाहर का जो आवाज नहीं आना चाहिए, देन यू आर ऑलमोस्ट डन सर, यू ऑलमोस्ट हैव अ स्टूडियो टाइप ऑफ सेटिंग ओनली। एक्चुअली
सेटिंग तो है, लेकिन ये इसके साथ चलेगा कि जो मैंने अभी दिखाया आपको, इससे रिकॉर्डिंग
वो देखना पड़ेगा, देख लीजिएगा।
देखिए, रिकॉर्डिंग करने के लिए बहुत कुछ चाहिए, इतना आसान नहीं है कि मैंने गा दिया और हो गया। उसके लिए एम्बियंस
बस मैं वो बहुत कुछ की तरफ जा रहा था, मैं ये तो दिखा दिया।
और एक सॉफ्टवेयर अच्छा चाहिए आपको।
एग्जैक्टली,
यस,
फॉर रिकॉर्डिंग।
गुड। सो अगले सेशन में वील टेक अप अ लिटिल मोर फ्यू थिंग्स which I wanted to share, because I also know of something where you can online gaate hi you can reduce the scale and continue to sing and then finish it off, hai ki nahi? You just need to put the track into that screen, reduce the scale and play and start singing, बस। तो ऐसा भी है, few more provisions thanks to technology के लिए तो कोई सीमा ही नहीं है। Okay, so I think we should end here. We have gone even beyond what seniors today have allowed us. Okay, so thank you very much. This is a subject where we can go on and on. So seniors today has given us an open blank check, so we can go on, but we must make the best out of the time. That is also my purpose. That's why we are not able to accommodate the singing. Abhi after all this, we will have only singing sessions. We will have only singing sessions. Okay, and we will have people to tell us कि कैसा गा रहा है, what went wrong, what can be done better, etc. ठीक है ना? So thank you very much. Thanks to everyone. Thank you Ravindra ji once more, and thanks to Jairam Krishna. I think he has logged off. Maybe he said he was logging off at 7:15 or so. Anyway, so all the best. Thank you.
Okay, sir ji. Good night.
Thank you ji. Thank you.
Sir, good night.
Thank you, sir.